Hello, welcome to my YouTube channel Digital School. Today we are going to learn the anatomy of circle of Willis and its importance. So let's start. First we will draw the diagram of circle of Willis. It is formed by bilateral internal carotid arteries. Its two branches, that is anterior cerebral artery left and right, then middle cerebral artery, these are the bilateral middle cerebral artery, then left and right posterior communicating artery, these are the bilateral posterior cerebral artery to which posterior communicating artery joins. This is a basilar artery which formed by joining of two vertebral artery. So the anterior portion of circle of Willis is formed by left and right anterior cerebral artery, left and right internal carotid artery, left and right middle cerebral artery with anterior communicating artery that is present between the left and right internal carotid artery, and posterior part of circle of Willis is formed by both left and right posterior communicating artery with its anastomosis with the bilateral posterior cerebral artery. Also the basilar artery and its bifurcation into the bilateral posterior cerebral artery. These two forms the posterior component of the circle of Willis. So we will label each artery that we have drawn in the diagram. So let's start. This is a right internal carotid artery from which this is a anterior cerebral artery. Both anterior cerebral artery joins via anterior communicating artery. This is a left middle cerebral artery arising from the left eye internal carotid artery. This is a left posterior communicating artery. This is a anterior communicating artery which is connecting the two anterior cerebral artery. This is a posterior cerebral artery this is a basilar artery formed by joining of a left and right vertebral artery. Vertebral artery are branches of subclavian artery which arising from the first part of subclavian artery. These are the two vertebral arteries. They joins at the pontomedullary junction and forms the basilar artery. So this is a vertebral artery. This is a pica. Posterior inferior cerebral artery usually arises from the vertebral artery, but sometimes it may arise from the basilar artery also. This is the anterior spinal artery. Two anterior spinal artery joins to form a single anterior spinal artery and which runs on the anterior surface of the spinal cord and supplies the anterior two-thirds of the spinal cord. This is a pontine artery. These are the multiple 2 to 3 numbers arising from the basilar artery and supplies the ventral and lateral surface of the pons. This is a anterior choroidal artery arising from the internal carotid artery. So we have labeled all arteries. This is a anterior communicating artery, ACA, anterior cerebral artery, MCA, posterior communicating artery, and the bilateral PCA, that is posterior cerebral artery. You understood the anatomy of the circle of Willis. Are you able to draw the diagram? If you want to copy, make it a copy, take a screenshot and save it so that you can draw it. Okay, so next we will see the component of the circle of Willis. Which artery joins and form the circle of Willis? Let's see. First, right and left anterior cerebral artery. These are arising from the anterior ICA and joined by anterior communicating artery. Anterior communicating artery joins bilateral ACA. Then left and right internal carotid artery. Fourth contributing artery is posterior cerebral artery, which joins with the left and right posterior communicating artery. So these 5 arteries contribute to the circle of Willis. Now we will see the importance of the circle of Willis. What is the importance of circle of Willis? Why the circle of Willis, and what is the importance of the circle of Willis in our body? So it create the collateral circulation. What is meant by collateral circulation? If one of the way or one path of the circulation is blocked, it will supply the brain through the another path, that is collateral path. So if one part of the artery or any of the arterial branch supplying the brain is blocked or stenosed, the anastomotic channels that is present between 2 ACA and PCA to ACA will divert the flow and supply the blocked pathway through these channels. You will understand it better on the diagram itself. So let's see the diagram and understand the pathway. Let's go to the circle of Willis again. Let's understand. If consider any patient who is having block in his right anterior cerebral artery. So how this circle of Willis help? The blood from left internal carotid artery travels through the left anterior cerebral artery and then through anterior communicating artery goes to the contralateral, that is right side anterior cerebral artery. So even if this pathway get blocked, the blood supply of the brain is maintained by anterior communicating artery from the opposite ACA. So the part of brain supplied by the right anterocerebral artery will not get ischemic. This is the collateral circulation. If considered the left anterocerebral artery gets blocked, similar way the right anterocerebral artery gives collateral via anterior communicating artery and supply the left ACA. Understood? Similarly on the posterior circulation, if any of the posterior communicating artery gets blocked, the blood flow from the opposite side travels through the opposite posterior communicating artery, then through the PCA travels to the opposite side. So this is the whole circle, that is one of the pathway of the circle is getting blocked. The blood flow to that particular part is supplied by the opposite channel. This is the importance of circle of Willis. So even if any of the channels of the brain is get blocked, the opposite side of the vessel get blood flow through 3 channels. If you like my video, subscribe my